It's good
Okay, so
stuff.
we are live. Good to see everybody.
How
Good
are you?
afternoon.
Is that
Yeah.
your opening, Father?
No, that's my short intro.
I know.
right,
I need
don't
one of
remember
those. That's
seeing that
cool.
one.
I like that.
Well, just next time I'm back, I'll show you some of the stuff I use.
My daughter
I'll
is
bring my
coming up from
laptop.
Texas in a week, and she graduated from college with that kind of information. So she's actually promised
Oh.
to help me throw something together too. So
Very good.
lots of ideas.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. So
Do you
maybe,
guys
yeah,
like
maybe
my
one week
Galactus?
or two.
So the popcorn buckets are out, but the film's not out yet.
No,
Film is
they
out.
sell the merch out early.
Oh, the
Oh, I
Fantastic
see.
Four.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that last night because the guy who runs the theater is a friend of mine. He's a customer, and he was rocking out with the last case. And I go, "What are those?" He goes, "The Last of the Galactus." I said, "You guys still have those?" I thought they would have been gone because they're flipping on eBay for like $130.
I can't believe people actually want to buy those.
I didn't want to buy one, but the peer pressure of them being available and me having the money, I for shame.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
not
the
seriously
thing
out
is,
Catholics.
Superman. So I know Father and Justin have seen it. Have you seen Superman yet,
I lost my earphones.
Archer?
No, I haven't. I was saying to Alex earlier on, I don't actually do the cinema these days.
Okay, so are you actually gonna? Are you interested in seeing it?
No, I'll wait for it to come.
There. So I'm doing the show today.
I'll wait for it to be.
Nice.
Oh, nice!
It's
It's
kind of
Galactus.
big.
He's taken over from Justin.
I herald the beginning. I herald indigestion. I herald barbecue beef.
No, hold on, no. Look, I know that's the Silver Surfer. That's the Herald. I know that.
No. That's the. Did they always call him Silver Surfer even when it was different ones? Was it always a Silver Surfer? I thought one of them was called something else.
Oh.
Rebecca.
We'll see you soon.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, because I think for the fact that it's possible, but I think is it Norin Rand is the name of the original Silver Surfer. Then at one point he's replaced by this character, this
By a
female
female.
character they've now got in this one. But I know. But no, in answer to your question, Father, no, I may see it if I don't hear that it's absolutely woke.
Well, we'll talk about it.
I
It
know
isn't woke.
but
No way.
It's not woke.
good, yeah,
I can't wait to talk about it. I got opinions.
good. Yeah, I said.
Yeah, I got here. I want to bring up the quick picture of Matt Smith. If I can find a better version of it.
Matt Smith.
And I think we can talk about the show without spoilers. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
going
not
to talk
fun.
about our
There he
impression.
is.
Yeah.
Ian, good to see you.
Hello, Ian.
Hey, Ian.
So here's the picture of Matt
Sorry.
Smith from the new movie coming up called Caught Stealing.
Oh, he
I've
looks
seen
like
the
right out of a comic book. I love it. That looks great. And he's
I
right
will
next to
say-
is that Elvis next to him there?
I don't know, but I will say it got me
Yes,
interested
Elvis.
because let me bring up the other picture that got me interested.
Oh, here we go.
Because I guess everybody has a mafia in this movie.
I mean that looks
This
like
was the
traditional
Jewish
Hasidic
mafia.
Jewish mafia.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that was the Jewish mafia.
That's incredible. What's the title? What is this movie?
Caught Stealing.
This looks great. Just 2 pictures and I want to watch it.
It could be but yeah, this was my first movie I've been to in probably a year and a half.
This one or Superman?
Superman.
Superman.
Ah, here we go. Yes.
So
Yeah.
how do we want to
Sorry.
do this? Do we just want to give first impressions, talk individual characters?
Yeah.
My sound's a bit bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
you're
We
fine.
can hear you fine.
All right.
So
I
Ian's
relatively
gonna say
enjoyed
he hates the dog.
Hates the dog. You know
I
what?
actually liked Crypto.
I thought Crypto was good in the movie. The CG, if you pay attention, the CG was pretty good. I mean, for creating an animal and trying to get it to behave the way an animal does, like this cat who's trying to get on my desk, it was good. And I thought the animal was funny. The worst part about the movie wasn't like the main characters or the main. Get down, Arthur. And the one part's like I had a problem with the portrayal of his parents. The way that they they came on screen and his mom's like leaning over yelling into a cell phone, and I'm like, is this how you think Midwesterners behave? I mean, I know it's Kansas.
And the
not-
accent wasn't quite right.
It wasn't
No.
quite right. It was a little too Southern yokel
Yeah.
for me.
This
I-
could think of Harvey Feinstein or Harvey. Oh, what's
Weinstein?
his name? Yeah, the one. No,
the other
like,
one.
the guy that's in jail for being a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, that's the man with the
Hmm.
W. Yeah.
Miramax founder.
Weinstein.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Pa Kent. I just keep thinking Pa Kent looks like him.
you know, the most accurate representation of a Midwestern Clark Kent's dad was Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that farmer a million times where I live. That's just
Who-
no
who-
BS. Doing my job. Don't be stupid and be a good boy. You know, that's
Who
the
played-
kind
Yeah,
of person.
Who
that was
played
like the only
parents
time
in
I
this
felt
one?
like I was out of the movie was listening to his mom in that opening scene.
Hmm.
It kind of moderated itself later on, so it wasn't as noticeable.
Well, how do you get? I mean, maybe you can get an articulate, well-educated farm boy from a mom who's screaming into a cell phone, but this is a modern day, which means his mother's probably closer to our age, and maybe she's in her 60s. She would know
they
how to
were
use.
older. They were older. I mean, at least in the comics, they were older when they they found
Yeah.
Okay,
him.
Yeah.
fair enough.
But overall, though, it wasn't a very good movie. The reason why,
Ah.
in my opinion, right, I don't think it was a good movie. There were bits that I enjoyed, but I think the real crime is the assassination of Superman's character and his origin. So basically, in his origin, his dad dies, and that's when he learns that no matter how powerful he is, he can only do certain things, whatever, and he couldn't save his dad. But his dad was alive in this film, and he was fat, and he cried. And then, right, the Superman character, he never won one fight in that film. When I was watching it, because I refused to listen to people's reviews. When I was watching it, I was hoping, come on, Superman, throw a punch. Come on, be victorious. Nothing.
Well,
Right,
at the
so
end, he
in other
won.
words-
At
No,
the end,
no,
he
he
won
didn't.
big.
No, he didn't. He got sucked into the black hole.
He threw his. He did the thing with the guy into the thing, and then he went off to fight a whole bunch of things and did that thing with those things.
No, you're not watching it properly. Basically, what happened was that other Superman guy got sucked into the black hole, right?
Well, he
got
threw
sucked-
him.
It wasn't
Spoilers.
you could look at it that way, but right, if it wasn't for the black hole, that guy would have mullered him, right? Let's
True.
face it,
Crypto
right?
saved him more than anything else.
Right. That's
Yeah,
I
think
don't
we-
know. I
hold
mean,
on. Hold on. We
Okay.
started this conversation saying we weren't going to spoil it. So
Yeah.
we got to decide what we're going to do here.
Right,
That's
so
his- that's his
basically,
fault.
what I'm saying is that Superman got his ass kicked all the way through this movie, and
Ah,
on top
He
of
got his
that,
butt kicked. He got his
All
butt
I can
kicked.
say right now is shame, 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 shame.
Ian.
what you can't say bum or what I
you
can't
can say bum.
You said the
You say bum.
ASF word. You can't
You
say
just-
that word.
That's not.
You
that's
just-
not a bad word. How was that
It is-
a bad word?
Because
Actually,
the
what are you
because the
talking
Americans can't tell the difference between that and a donkey.
about? Oh, okay. Anyway, right. What I was about to say is that. the
Yeah,
reason
but you know,
why the reason
This
why the
show.
film failed. Well, the reason why the film failed was because of those two factors, right? And also, right, having disrespect for characters, like having Supergirl drunk at the ending and all that.
That really turned me off. Like her showing up like a drunken
Yeah.
co-ed, like coming. She goes to planets with yellow suns to party.
Yeah.
How did
I'm
she
like-
get there? How did she get there?
She
I
flies.
don't know. But anyway,
Yeah, but if you go to Red Sun, that's a one-way trip.
but this is what I'm saying, right? The
Oh, that's a
film-
very
yeah.
good point.
So look, I don't know what happens in Hollywood, whether an exec goes to James Gunn and says, look, I know that Superman is super, but can we have him more weaker in this film? Because we're not allowed to show white males that has super strength and saving people. We can't have that anymore. So you have to write it in this way. Did they actually say that to him? Because I swear, anyone in this panel that took on Superman and they were writing Superman, they would never write him like that. Never, ever would you guys write him like that. So that is my problem. I think this is modern day rubbish, right? And the film fails because of that. That is my opinion.
I can see where that point of view comes from. I also think that they're building this up to be a trilogy, and they probably have in
dear.
mind they want to have some kind of a hero's journey where he starts out as the young version of himself, learning his
He was a
strength,
young
pulling
version
his
of
punches,
himself.
Yeah.
being merciful, humble, kind, and then
wasn't.
over time realizes
Yeah.
he's got to grow into the Superman that we know.
No, he was the Superman.
they-
He was trying. But I don't know, where are you getting that from, Father? I don't
No, I-
understand where that's
I,
coming from.
I think I see what you're saying, Ford. I think I see what you're saying. I think
You haven't
based
even
on-
seen it, Archer.
No. What I'm saying is, I can see what Father Paul's idea is.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, you have to have your first film has to be
No, bollocks.
No. In order,
No.
Ian, in order for you to have a hero's journey, right? The first film has to be
Look, I'm
young
really
Superman
pissed that I
coming
got
in,
that
right?
film. Seriously, I am so angry. This film sucks, man.
I gotta say, at least we didn't get to see Krypton explode again.
Oh god, it was. So
I was,
bad.
didn't
we
see-
haven't touched
we
on it
didn't see
yet, but I
Pa
want to.
Kent died yet.
What happened? Explain to me what happened with the video from his parents. I thought they were going to come back and say that he doctored it somehow. They never did that.
Yeah,
I don't remember any Superman comic ever where his parents sent him to Earth to
No.
conquer. That sounds like the
No.
Invincible storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have said that.
So why isn't that the first thing that people scream about is why are his parents a bunch of jerks?
well, Gary did. I was watching part of Gary or Az's review.
I saw his
yesterday,
review.
and they said that.
Haven't seen
And
it.
yeah, that I have a problem with. I have a big problem with that. I mean,
It doesn't make any sense.
I was saying on Twitter. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm not doing cartwheels. Glad I wasted 3 hours of my life because it was 3 hours with the half-hour previews beforehand.
Mm.
2.5.
But I mean, it was it's different. I mean, you put it up against the original motion picture. It's a different feel. Lois Lane comes off as the reporter in her more recent series from maybe 3-4 years ago.
What the
Justin,
hell was she
I thought she
wearing
was
as
definitely
well?
more accurate than Cavill's Lois.
What was
Yeah.
she wearing? What was she wearing?
Okay, stop. I want to tell you right now. I've got an executive wife, and she has pantsuits. And women, I'll tell you right now, maybe your country it's a little different, but the women in the United States, if they've got shit to do, sorry,
we get to play it again, second
All I
time.
can say right now is shame, 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 shame.
I thought.
this
So
is
if they've got stuff to do, the pantsuit is
Show.
not something that's out of fashion. That's a fashionable thing that women wear, and it's a lot easier to wear that than it is the skirt and throw on pantyhose. Pantyhose are hot and they're uncomfortable. I know so many women who would rather wear a pair of like pants to work. The shoes, I agree with you. Those are terrible shoes.
Terrible.
When they were floating in the air with their little kiss, I was like, look at those
Yeah.
shoes. Those shoes are terrible.
Yeah. It looked like they were giving her more height because they had that huge.
Yeah,
wedge
she wants to be
at the
tall.
bottom.
Well, they make heels. They make heels. Cute little heel shoes.
I
But I'm
think
not going to pick on the shoes.
I think it's partially a sort of a cultural thing, for which I mean, I don't know what put me on this. I was thinking about this earlier on today. That if you think about it, in the West in general, you generally consider that for business type wear, for man, it's usually, even these day and age, it's usually reasonably smartly dressed. The jacket, quite often tie as well. For a lady, it can be a combination. It can either be skirt, suit, or if, as you say, Justin, in a situation where a skirt would be inappropriate,
Impractical.
impractical,
Yes.
then it's like about pants, trousers.
Yeah.
So I've always thought the women have got a much better choice.
Well, here, take it this way. I could bring my wife. When she got her first promotion in the area where she works now, which is new construction for the business she works for, I always made the joke because they used to have a policy that the women had to wear skirts and pantyhose to work, and then they changed that policy. And I always told her, I said, "Well, make sure you're the last one up the ladder and the first one down the ladder at the construction site." But yeah, you think I know ladies who wear like full beautiful dress wear to work, and then they put these steel toe boot contraptions that go over their nice shoes. And it's just more practical for them to wear clothes that fit their design. And I would think in like the situation that she finds herself in this movie where she's constantly like she went through a portal to a pocket dimension. I wouldn't want to be in a dress.
Yeah.
Well, most times. I would want to be in something more actionable.
Yeah.
Here's
I
that
gotta
lady
say-
who goes to visit Mr. Terrific, where she's trying to convince them to go and what is she wearing? Those pants didn't even. It was like Jodie Whittaker's trousers.
I think it's I honestly think as I'm seeing it in comic covers now too, a lot of times I think this is a fashion trend that has found its way to New York, which is where a lot of these people hang out. And they're trying to push that. Like a lot of comic books, you'll see the characters will have sneakers on. Like Spider-Gwen's got these fashionable sneakers. I'm like, that's not how you climb a wall. You got abilities. You got to have like the socks, not the sneakers.
Well, I
but I
gotta
think
say-
they're working that into their comics.
I gotta
Modern
ask
culture.
Ian. One of the things I did like was that they included Steve Lombard in this movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him from the old comics.
He was a big jerk, right?
Well, he was the big jerk. He was a sports reporter.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Great admirer of Clark or Superman, but was a bully towards Clark.
Oh, so he's Flash Thompson.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah, because like in the Silver Age, he became a news reporter, didn't he, Clark
Yeah.
Kent?
Well, they all did. I mean, that was part of the fun. They went from the Daily Journal or the Daily Planet to running like a TV network.
Yeah.
But the other
Yeah.
thing I didn't like, there's things I liked. There were things I didn't like. I didn't like the race swap Perry White. I do like how
I was
he
okay
kept
with that.
telling. Well, I do like how he kept telling Jimmy, "Don't call me Chief," because that's what he does in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't know if I heard a Great Caesar's ghost. 'Cause
No,
that was one of his other sayings.
I was
mean,
looking for that. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
The other thing
mean-
that kept drawing me out of that was his cigar looked so fake, and it was
Oh.
never lit. That looked
Yeah.
like a plastic cigar the whole movie.
Which is interesting. Why can't you
Probably was.
have fake cigars you can light and smoke in movies? I mean, they make that kind
Well,
of stuff.
then you get thrown on the tobacco warning
Yeah.
on the rating and everything.
Now,
They
let me
had
ask
a
you this:
tobacco
Did anybody?
warning at the very end of the credits? There was a tobacco line at the very.
Oh well, there you go. Because they
I didn't
portrayed
see
us.
that.
Yeah. So did anybody notice what a dog Jimmy Olsen has become? He's got women throwing themselves at him, and he's naming them in their phone like mutant toes. And I thought, well,
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, it was only on for like a second. I didn't quite catch.
when he was texting Lex Luthor's current girlfriend,
I know.
He had her in the phone as mutant toes.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was
Oh,
like he was.
right.
So I mean, if you want to get picky about the message, there's a white male who is being a chauvinist towards women who are just
And a
throwing
redhead.
themselves.
And I understand though he's actually redhead. I'm mildly confused because I remember the comics. I'm mildly confused while looking down the cast list. I can see at least 3 different actors playing Superman robots. I
Yeah,
think
well,
the idea
yeah,
of Superman
yeah.
robot was that the Superman robots took Superman's place.
Yeah,
Voices.
no, there was the voice, but also you need real people so that the effects can mimic them.
Yeah, they probably did a little motion cap
Trying to
interaction, and
find-
they
Yeah,
used
but
practical effects for standstill stuff.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
again, having said that, I mean, from the clips, they're using the sort of the more modern version, like the Kryptonian robots, rather than the ones I remember from the comics from the 60s.
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to look for right now. Where
Right.
I love
So-
the robots. I thought the robots
They-
were a fun ad.
They were in the comics. They were literally Superman. The whole purpose was the PJ. The
up,
whole
PJ?
purpose was to take the place of Superman when
Yeah.
Superman needed to be somewhere else, or
yeah, or
so
Clark
Superman
Kent
and
needed to
Clark
be
Kent
somewhere, and Superman was going to appear. Yeah,
Yeah.
So in other words, they would all have been based on David Corn
Oh,
Sweat.
Also, when that
yeah.
stuff was happening with Superman, right? How comes nobody said, "Where's Clark"? I mean, so,
Well,
like-
Lex
like-
does make that one comment. Maybe I'll get someone you do care about, like
Yeah.
that reporter Clark Kent, and we all laughed in the
Yeah.
theater. We thought that was pretty funny.
Do you remember
Yeah.
there was the scene in, I think was it Lois and Clark, the one with Terry Hatcher,
I used to watch that.
towards one of the ends where one of the guys from the future says, "How stupid, But look, I'm Clark. Now I'm Lois. Now I'm Superman. Look, I'm Clark. Now I'm something. You never see us together," or something like that. There's where some guy from the future makes a point of winding Lois up like that before she knows that Clark
Yeah,
and Superman.
and
are
Guy
the same.
Gardner can't keep a secret. He just keeps giving things away. I thought that was pretty.
Oh.
You know what?
I
Nathan
gotta-
Fillion was pretty funny. He was a lot better than I thought he
I
was
will
going to be.
say, I went in dreading him because of the haircut, but I actually enjoyed him.
You know, that right there, that picture, that's the worst it looks. In the movie, it doesn't come off that way because he's moving around a lot. But yeah, that's about as
Oh, and I
bad as he
also
could look.
I love the insult that they made towards the hair.
Oh yeah, that
Lois
hair is out
Lane's
of
insult.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
glad they
sorry.
called it out because I thought some of those early shots, and I didn't care for the Justice Gang's outfits.
Yeah.
The costumes were really.
Yeah.
I write that off. I give that an excuse. I think this is all early Justice League development, so they look stupid now, but maybe they'll look
Hall
better
of
later.
Justice is still under construction.
Yeah, and they're hanging out.
That's a-
No one else is in there with them. They're just the three of them hanging out in their big open building.
Now, can I talk just really quick about how I saw the movie? So, Justin, this talks a little bit to your competition down in Bettendorf.
Yeah.
They had sponsored the showing down at the Last Picture House, which is a place that has a bar in it, and you go in and there's a big, nice social area. Then
It's a
they've got,
very nice place.
I think, 2 screens.
Yeah.
They sponsored it. They're handing out their buttons, and the first 50 people got a copy of this.
What's
let
the
me bring that
SRP
up.
on
Hold
that? What's the
Here
what's
we
the
go.
retail on that?
Father, if you want to show that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the All-Star Superman, the little thing. I think this runs $9.99 USA.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I have that's other Justin. I'm first Justin. That's other Justin. He runs in this issue.
in this
And
issue.
yeah, it's a good store, and we have like 7 comic stores in our Quad Cities. It's
Wow.
crazy how good comics do here.
And I wonder if, cause I know the family that owns that Last Picture House, and I think that they might have helped with that promotion, but it was good for everybody because people were going in, getting really excited, picking up the comic, getting buttons. And then I went there with another priest. We had a drink. We got to socialize for an hour, saw some people, went in, super comfy seats. It was a small theater and a huge screen.
Wasn't invited.
Well, you were already going to the other show up on 53rd.
Just point that out.
But I think if you have a chance to go to like a small venue like that, if you have one in your area, that's the most fun I've had going to a movie in years.
That is that place was put together by the people who gave us The Quiet Place. That's their theater.
Oh, is that right?
The guys who created the movie series The Quiet Place, they came back. They're from the Quad Cities. They came back here and put that theater up. And both my daughters in film class have had their projects shown in that theater. So yeah, it's an excellent place. We go there sometimes.
And so my favorable view of the movie might have been because I was having such a good time at the place. And
Yeah.
the problem with going into a lot of other movies is that you're just going in a line. It's way too expensive. It's too loud. The seats aren't clean, and all these other problems.
Yeah.
Going into a nice venue like that changed my whole outlook on it.
Mm.
So by the time I left, I'm like, even if it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, it was kind of thrilling. And then
Had a
at the
good
end,
time, didn't you?
Everybody applauded at the end of our showing.
His fight at the
Yeah.
end made it exciting too.
There's
Crypto's
no-
Revenge made it good as well. I think they should have left the beat scene in.
There's no doubt that people are going to enjoy this film because it's made in such a way that it's made really fast and there's loads of action. So if you think about it, you won't, it actually it's like a misdirect. The more action you got, you don't see the problems with it. But unfortunately, I see too much when I watch a movie,
Well, yeah,
which
that's one
really
of the pieces,
spoils my enjoyment. And
You
when
know
I was
what? That
watching
is
this film,
very valid because
Yeah, I
that
was
happens
like-
with every profession. I sold electronics for the longest time, and when I learned more about electronic TVs and stereos and stuff, I started seeing and hearing things that bugged me
Yeah.
that I never saw and heard before. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You probably do not, unless you want a really good laugh, want to get me talking about historical movies.
Yeah, let's move on.
We won't mention. What I was going to say was that I've said a couple of other places is that oddly enough, it's funny about Guy Gardner because oddly enough, coincidentally, I'm currently been rewatching his series Castle, and I'm up to I've got last season of 1. But one thing I've thought about this is from what I've seen of all the publicity and the rest of it, does make me worry is that is the film a bit bloated with extra characters? Because I know, for example, it's the seed for the Lantern show, for example, which Nathan Fillion's in. I was just wondering. I'm a bit worried. My thought for that is it bloated with characters, or did I actually manage to get enough characters in to get enough time so that it doesn't actually sort of?
I think they're
Yeah,
very
no, but I
eager
think-
to get more characters out for licensing and for toys and all that
I want
stuff.
to ask a serious question, though, right? Again, right? Why would they assassinate his character? Why would they change the origin of Superman? This really pees me off, right? Look, Superman, right? Clark Kent is a journalist, right?
Yep.
Is he that stupid that he will go in and stop a war without knowing the consequences? No, look, no journalist, if they had that power, would just go and do it. They'll have to think about it very carefully, right? And you get the impression that Superman didn't. He just kind of went in there and stopped a war. That, as a person, what does that say about Superman's character? That's why I call it an assassination, because Superman is not like that. Even when you read the Gold Age Superman, he's not like that.
Why did you write that off to him being green? Like maybe he's really inexperienced?
That's what I took it as.
The man is a grown man in the film. What are you talking about?
Get it, go, get it, get it.
If he was a teenager, I'd understand that. He's a grown man. He's had experience as a journalist. What are you talking about?
I think there's.
I think you've been on set too long.
Breathe.
There's actually that's another interesting point there that you bring up, Ian. Actually, that makes it is depending on which version of Superman from the comics you're talking about. I grew up with a Superman who had grown up in Smallville as Superboy. Right, I discovered long after I'd stopped reading the comics, lived away from my I discovered that apparently a storyline had a villain from the Legion of Superheroes actually turned out that the entire history of Superboy was a trick and a time travel, so that he never really existed. And then, as I understand it, a lot of the from what I remember, the Supermen from the recent movies, all of those have, as you said, Ian, one of the things is where Pa Kent's being killed is what makes him realise his powers or his responsibilities, things like
When
this.
he died
So-
from a heart attack.
Yeah, but so what you've got is if there's a difference between a Superman or Clark Kent, if you want, who is Superman and who starts his career as a superhero, as anything other than Clark Kent, when he moves to Metropolis or whatever, and a Clark Kent who has been a super being using superpowers as a superhero since he was in high school or whatever. So I think so if you've got Superboy into Superman, that Superman at the start of his career is Superman, if you like, when he moves to Metropolis, which I think is, from what I remember, is normally the big break they tend to make.
I
Superboy's going to be a lot more experienced than a
I think
Superman.
There
it is.
I think Gunn's
I'm gonna-
version of Superman. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. That's what I think.
So if you remember that scene from The Death of Superman,
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
Pa Kent and Ma.
Yeah, they're very old in that.
So, I mean, again, it's not a perfect movie. I don't know if I'm going to go see it again.
I
I
have
know
to.
I'm
My
not gonna
daughter's coming
buy-
up to watch it.
yeah, I have to as well.
There were
Again,
the thing I just kept wishing, and they were playing it in the hall, is wanting John Williams music.
I was a little disappointed by the fact that they were using part of his overture, but they never
Yeah.
hit the last two notes. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, I want to hear dun, da, da, and I don't get to hear it.
The
So-
fun thing was, in our theater, there was kind of like and I'm one to talk, but a fat guy dressed up as Superman in front of something.
We're all
he had
little
he had the blue suit with the red.
Good for him.
Pants.
Good for
It's like-
him.
So, what were you dressed up as? Krypton?
Oh,
oh no, that's horrible.
I was gonna take a drink
You
and
know
that
what?
stopped me.
You know what?
I'm glad I
Say
hadn't.
right now is shame, 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 shame.
Tell me, there is one thing. I mean, I don't know.
Tell him what I wore to the show.
Well, I'll just say I went as Galactus.
I went with my. I wore my Wolverine shirt.
Yeah, that
Oh, okay. I'm
just
now
blows my
getting,
mind.
I'm now getting shades of Will Wheaton in The Big Bang Theory when they go to watch the Star Wars movie, and Will Wheaton goes in dressed in his Star Trek uniform.
Oh yeah, they were all hating on him. That was funny.
Yeah. What I'm telling you, I don't know if it counts as one, but is it true that they've replaced truth? They've done away with truth, justice, and
No, they
American
didn't.
way?
It's not even in the movie.
I didn't hear it.
Didn't hear it once.
I thought it was when they said truth, justice, and the human way, rather than the
Yeah.
American way.
And also, right, another thing that peeved me off as well, the flying effects, right? Again, right, we can't even see him fly. There's that really stupid scene in the beginning where he flies from the Fortress of Solitude, and it's really weird as it goes around his body, and I'm like, what am I watching here? What am I watching here? Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And that stupid baby, it was worse than the baby in The Flash in the beginning.
Oh,
I
I
was
did see
like, this
that.
effect is so awful. This effect is so awful. I was like, what am I watching here?
Yeah, his
I
flying
kinda-
was a little weird.
Kind
Yeah.
of did double take. Father will probably appreciate this, but I thought that was Staz at first.
Oh,
You wouldn't know him. He was at
one of our
college.
buddies
train-
from college.
yeah, that's my
Yeah.
buddy. That's my college buddy Scott. He his online handle is I am Superman, but it's all backwards. So it looks like Namade Pusamai. When it's all, it looks really. But he's Superman.
I like his shirt. though.
like Latin.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had to
So-
wear my Wolverine shirt because I don't have any Superman shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna bring some Marvel, this DC garbage. No, I'm kidding. I like them. I thought it was all right.
Look,
I was
come to-
entertained.
Coming to again, the fact that he starts the movie with the Fortress of Solitude means he's been around for some time, or has he put thought into
That's true.
it?
I mean, his cousin's there. They've established a relationship where she leaves her dog with him, and so he's been Superman
Hold on,
for a
he's-
while.
he's-
Yeah.
It said 3 years.
Oh,
Super-
it
because that
did. It spelled
intro-
everything out. Yeah.
Supergirl's
Painful
already there as well.
detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he isn't green.
He's not green.
Yeah.
He's not green.
Maybe he's green with international affairs. Like it's the
No.
first time he stepped out of the
No.
country. I
He's
don't know.
out-
He can't
he's
be.
a-
He's
he's
a
a- he-
journalist.
He's only green when he's actually the Martian Manhunter in
He's
disguise.
green for the story. That's what it is. It's ridiculous. The story's
Yeah.
so bad. You just have to
Yeah.
laugh. you know. we can't have stoic white males anymore. We can't have white males that kick bum.
I don't
I
know.
don't
Jimmy
think
Jimmy Olsen was pretty stoic.
I don't know if Ian will get that one.
Sorry, are we going back to Nathan Fillion again?
I like
Nathan
Fillion.
Fillion was quite fun, actually. He's a good actor.
You know,
Dude, when
I
he was
liked him
when he
better
was
than
throwing
I-
the tanks everywhere, and I was like, oh, those are middle fingers going up out of the sand. He's just like,
Yeah, I did notice that. I did notice that on. I think I actually tweeted that.
yeah.
It's like, is he giving the finger?
Yeah, he was shoving middle
Yeah,
fingers up
yeah,
out of the
yeah.
sand, hit the tanks, and knocking them over. His character. I
Also,
mean, I'm looking forward to a Guy Gardner movie. I would like to watch him. I mean, he needs some
I
people
will
in there.
say, I wasn't familiar with Mr. Terrific just because
Hey,
That's not an odd one for
didn't
me, too.
really. I didn't really read Superman in the 90s. More of my interest is in the 60s, 70s.
I heard he was very
Um,
accurate from the people I know that read him.
I actually want to read him.
You know, what was I going to say? So basically, the Justice League people, they were crap, weren't they?
Well, Hawkgirl was absolute crap. She didn't even need to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
They could
she
have had
really
anybody.
did. Yeah, exactly. But as I said, Nathan Fillion was really, really fun in the
Yeah.
movie. I'd like to see more of him.
well,
Like-
I looked up and he's not listed as starring, but he's in about 6 episodes of the Lanterns show when it comes out, which is supposed to be the other two, which is supposed to be Hal Jordan and John Stewart. Is it the
Yeah.
coloured guy that's a Lantern?
Yeah,
They're the
yes,
two main ones. I think Hal Jordan in the
But-
thing,
but I
but he's
one of the biggest crimes of this movie was that it didn't come across as epic at all. And
No,
I think one
it
of the
didn't.
reasons why it didn't was because we'd seen all these effects before. If they had those effects in the 70s, we would have went, that's epic. But I don't know,
And-
there was nothing new here, wasn't there? Do you know what I mean?
I'm-
There it is.
I am playing this for myself.
Right now is shame, 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 shame.
That one is on me. But yeah, that's what I saw when I was watching the trailer. It's like, wait,
Can I be pedantic here?
okay.
Sure. If I can be
that's fine.
hyperactive.
Yeah, fine. He's not. Look. Well, actually, sorry. Seriously, yeah, he's putting his finger up at the tank, but actually, what we can see as the audience is the inside of his hand.
Yeah, he's giving them the finger
He's
when he
giving the
knocks
finger
over
to
the
the tank.
tanks.
So
Yeah.
I see what you say. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, but
He's not doing it to the audience. That would just be rude.
No, because I was thinking.
Have you noticed that when he says the same thing that Jodie says to in Doctor Who when
what, he's
Rand,
had an
the little
upgrade?
boy, he says, "We've had kid, you've had an upgrade," doesn't he? He says to him, "Yeah, Superman can't make it, but you've had an upgrade." So there you
I
go.
like Morpho's when Morpho decides he likes the name of the Justice Gang.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's like, okay, you're in.
It sounds if I think I might have to. I think I might give this some a watch when it becomes available. It sounds if there's some interesting bits. I'm also in two minds at the moment whether or not I'm going to be interested in the Lantern series when it comes out next year.
Is Fillion going to be in that?
Fillion's in it.
Yeah.
I said I think he's in it for about 6 episodes. I say the main two leads are.
Wait, Ian,
Hal
go away.
Jordan
All right, just go away.
and John Stewart.
I haven't got my right mic on, I know that, but only your ear can hear it.
but Guy Gardner's in it because, of course, I'm trying to think. I think the sequence was Hal was obviously the first Green Lantern, Earth Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I think wasn't Guy Gardner the second and John Stewart the third. If I
That's a
remember
good
correctly.
question.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of them, not Hal, one of the other ones, and I can't remember who's going along. But I remember one of them had. This is me, so I remember something. One of the comics, he had a girlfriend who was a gypsy girl. I mean, I just remember that from the facts. I remember some of the pictures where she was.
Oh, you could have waited on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Connecting covers that came in for
But-
next week.
Oh wow!
Wow,
I guess
that's
that's-
great.
Doom.
What about the gypsy? That was getting interesting.
Yeah.
No.
Take that image out there.
No, when one of the I can't remember if it was Guy or if there was another Green Lantern in there between him and Hal, who had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend was the only thing I vaguely remember is I remember some of the picture of it, and the girlfriend was she was a bit cat, but she was actually she was a gypsy cat. That's all I remember. But I remember one of them had a girlfriend because obviously Hal Jordan was always with Carol Ferris on and off. John Stewart, I don't think I I've read many of his comics, but I don't know if it was Guy or if there was someone between Hal and Guy. And
I just remember John Stewart from the Justice League cartoons,
Yeah, I never saw.
and
it.
his thing was that he didn't make like hammers and fists and gadgets. He was just force beams was all he did,
Mm.
and it was just like his just sheer power. There was no imagination with his stuff.
Yeah.
I liked him, but he wasn't hit into the imagination of the other Green Lanterns.
Because I remember they went on, and then I remember they did the Green Lantern Corps, and they did because I said, I mean, I don't think the only TV movie Green Lantern I think I've seen is the movie from a few years ago. I don't think I've seen any of the shows, but I remember the Green Lantern Corps. You had things like always picked my attention when you got a character like Arisia. And okay, so I know where you got her name from. The Arisians were one of the original, were good guys in the Lensman series. So I know where you got that name from. I was just looking at it.
Now, do you think that this will lead us to better movies or worse movies?
Which is that's just somewhat I was
Or
discussing
right along
earlier.
the same line, maybe?
Like looking at their box office, they're tracking higher than Barbie right now. So
Wow.
do you think this will make $1 billion?
It may.
If it does,
If
we're
the-
going to get a whole bunch of more superhero
Oh,
movies.
so-
I was just happy there was no woke. I mean, I was done, and I was like, there was no. I didn't feel like any of that was being thrown at me. It wasn't the greatest story. It was kind of all, I did
Yeah.
enjoy a lot of scenes, like the scene where he's having the moment with Lois, and in the background, Green Lantern's beating an alien thing with a big bat.
Yeah, I do
was
love that.
laughing my butt off the whole time, and my friends like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Look at the bat! He's hitting the thing with the bat," because he's such a simple-brained Green Lantern. He just whatever instrument he can use, and I just thought that was really funny.
Right. Yeah, he was all right. That scene was okay.
I think the interesting thing is going to be, I was saying to earlier on, I think the interesting thing is going to, equally interesting is going to be to see what next week's figures are like. Does it hold
Yeah.
up? Does it?
No,
how much
it
of
will.
what-
It will.
does-
There's no way this film's not going to fail. It has that tone where anyone that doesn't know about Superman can go and see it, and they'll have a blast because there is a lot of entertaining moments in the film. But as I said, if you look deeper, you'll realize that Hollywood's doing the same thing with white male heroes. They're
Oh,
pushing
yeah,
them
they
down
all seem to be, yeah.
and
That's-
and
that-
making them weaker than everyone else in the
That's
film.
what-
In other words, it's a slight. What they're doing is they've been clever about it. They're disguising it even more.
Mm.
But people like us, or maybe just me, out of these people here, I can see it, but you guys can't. It's just
Well,
weird that you can't see it.
Oh yes, the great Ian sees everything.
I know. I think to be fair, I think
Starting to feel like
in
Sue
part-
Storm over here.
Yeah, I think in part it is a question of what you read into these things, what your condition.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
no,
a
no, hold
fact.
on, no. You
You
say
can
these things.
see it.
You say these things, but
Mm.
how much you necessarily notice them, I don't. I mean, you're right. Everything. I was thinking. I haven't seen. I mean, I was thinking. I was saying to I think it was Friday Cameron. The only the only thing I've been watching TV wise anyway new is a series called a short series called Art Detectives. All the other stuff I've been watching is also going back because it's not putting anybody down. You're right, they do seem to be putting things down.
They're
But what I'm
doing it-
Yeah,
Fantastic Four is the same thing. They're going to sideline Reed Richards to make Sue the hero.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
is
you're right. You're
I
Interesting.
think in those writing rooms they have a list of guidelines they have to follow.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I
it's-
think.
I think it's being edited though because this
Mm.
movie 5 years ago would have been very woke. I think
Yes.
they're walking that back bit by bit,
Yeah.
but it's not going to happen overnight.
Well,
I
what do you
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
I don't think they're walking it back. I think they've been very subtle about it.
Yeah.
But if you look
That also.
carefully, they're still doing it.
They're
Do you know what I
hard.
mean? They're still doing it. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's that thing where you take 2 steps forward and you get a lot of pushbacks. You take 1 step back, and that's the normalization of the things that perverse our society. Where you look at how much stuff we allow people to get away with, and then we've had too much, and then we shove back, and they go, "Okay, we'll back up," but they still have half of what they've tried to achieve. They've achieved that, and that's I see what that's the same thing as well. Okay, we'll stop being super woke, but we're still gonna swap this character and sideline this. Obviously, the main hero. We're gonna put him on the bench and bring his his
we'll stop
wheelchair
being
ridden.
super woke.
Also, the Lex Luthor character, everybody kept saying that Nicholas Hoult was good. He was good,
He
right?
was.
But I'm sorry, he was a moustache twirling Lex Luthor. There's no
He's
two
not a
ways
man.
about it.
He doesn't look like a man.
It doesn't.
He looks like a
I
young
preferred
man.
the Smallville Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not like the Eisenberg. Was it Jesse Eisenberg? Was that his name?
Terrible, yeah.
Didn't like that.
I
Lex
was
at all.
just gonna, the reason I have this up on the screen is this is one of my complaints with the DC Universe app is they have like almost 80 years of Superman and they only have 100 something of the comics on.
Well,
So you go from like 1959 Superman 131 to Superman 233 in 1970. So you're missing the entire 60s.
so I have
Then-
comment about that. I can tell you about that.
Then they jump from like 79 to 81, 85. One comic from 81.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Oh,
So
there-
what they're
there.
probably doing, because it takes a lot of time and effort to get all this stuff in the computer. Plus, to be quite honest, Superman was not a big sell. And if it's not something that's a key issue or had a serious impact, or it might be something that they don't want people to read because they're going to change it, they will defer from putting that on their digital site. Marvel does the same thing. There's some things that you just can't find because I don't think they want you to read it, or they don't
I
want to
mean,
take the time
it's
to do
like,
it.
you know, I want to read this. I want to read more of the Silver Age. I want to read more of the Golden Age without having to pay 100 something per
Yeah.
omnibus.
They
Yeah.
a lot of them are available as electronics.
So I mean, you got a 20-year jump between 423 and 650. So you got the
Yeah.
entire 90s and good
Well,
chunk.
hey, on a side note, let me know
Thousands.
about any omnibuses you're looking for. I'll get them to you for half off.
Okay.
Yeah, because I get about a half off break on that kind of
Are
stuff.
they reprinting any of the Superman ones?
Not that I've seen. I mean, you saw the book that Father Paul had from the
Yeah.
theater. That's the kind of stuff that they're doing now. They're making smaller books of the stuff that they think that you'll enjoy because you're going to go see the movie, so it kind of has some kind of relation to what you're watching. You know, they're not going to reprint the Death of Superman because that's kind of counteractive to what's going on in the theater right now. But they'll reprint
Yeah.
something that looks good.
As you were
Death of
saying, that's
Superman.
a key episode.
Well,
So
yeah, but
one-
not doesn't relate to what's going on in the movie because
True.
people die.
One of the reasons I'm interested, I think, partly in seeing how it holds up, and I appreciate Ian. I mean, I appreciate what you said. As a movie, I'm just wondering what word of mouth is say is not so much the effect for next week on Superman, but the effect in 2 or 3 weeks' time when Fantastic Four comes out.
I think
Because-
it's going to trash. It's going to trash Fantastic Four because, as I said, right, it was entertaining. Okay, it really was. I mean, there was no part in it where I got bored or anything like that. But it was just that undertone thing that really
Yeah.
put me off. It really did, and my heart broke because I wanted to see a really great Superman. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, Gary says his costume looks all right on screen, but I say it sucks.
You know what? It was
It
ignorable.
sucks.
It was something you didn't pay attention to because you were,
Yeah.
it wasn't noticeable. Except for the fact
Yeah.
that he seemed to have pads or something built into it.
Yeah, I
like the way
noticed
the
that
lines
too.
were.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just going to say, if for anybody interested, Amazon has both the Superman cartoon from the 90s and the Batman for half off.
Nice. Oh,
On
yeah,
Blu-ray.
it's Prime Week, so
I-
get it
I'm-
now.
I kind of suspect, especially after what you guys have been saying, what the opening credits is I suspect it will outdo Fantastic. Well, what I'm more wondering is are people going to say, normies going to say, okay, you know, that who don't necessarily make a difference between a DC movie and a Marvel movie. They may know that they're different IPs, and they're not going to conflate them all the same thing, but they're going to conflate them as superhero movies. Are they going to say, well, a Superman movie, we enjoyed a Superman movie. Is that going to make them more likely to go and see a Marvel movie, even though Marvel movies recently have not been doing so well? So I genuinely don't know.
Huge IP. Fantastic Four is hardly known
Yeah.
now. That's
Yeah,
the
but I'm
thing.
just I'm thinking it's not. Indeed, it's going to be a boost of Fantastic Four, who people not as a Fantastic Four movie, but purely as it's a superhero movie.
I
We
know what
just-
you're saying.
Yeah.
You know,
If
so,
I
you know,
talked to my
we-
nieces
we-
and nephews, they wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to tell the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to the normie who says, "Well, we went so we enjoyed the Superman movie, right? There's another superhero movie coming out in a fortnight.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And we
Yeah.
afford it, and is that
Yeah.
going to make them more excited for it than they would have been if they'd not enjoyed Superman?
No.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
Yeah, you know what? When I came out of the cinema and I was waiting for my bus, and there was these two guys that was in the cinema as well, and they were waiting for the bus, the same bus. I was going home, And they were talking about Superman. I can hear every word they were saying. They loved it. They thought it was terrific, and they liked Mr. Terrific. And literally, two black guys, really overweight two black guys, and they were just going on about how great it is. So there you go. So people liked it.
So Justin, kind of going along with that, Justin will love this.
Oh yeah, I got something for you too.
I dropped off that Lois Lane comic in my safety deposit box today.
Oh, is that the Black Machine?
No, well, the teller was
the one I
black.
sent you. The one I sent you.
Yeah, the one you sent me. Well, he loved the cover. He wanted to take a picture of it for his friend. I'm like, well, you might like the one I have in my deposit box. And I was explaining it to him. It's like, okay, I mean, it's like, it's black. It's like, you got to remember, this is 50 years ago.
Yep.
And he thought, he never had heard of it. He couldn't even fathom it.
Gary was saying on his show he's got that in a 9.8 stored away somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, he found that in a 9.8. He was talking about key issues in investing comics that aren't like the top dollar stuff, and he was talking about. He mentioned that. This is I ordered this. I think this is going to be this. It comes out next week. It's something that should have been written years ago, but it's all about the red shirts.
Oh, it's not.
They all die.
It's not based on the. Oh, what's his name?
It's based on the fact that all the red
Scorsese.
shirts in Star Trek die, and they've got some variant covers that we don't have all of them, but
is it based on the book by John Scalzi? Because John Scalzi wrote the book.
This is Cantwell and Levins. Oh, okay. No, his name is not attached to this, so it's just a comic book adaptation.
Yeah,
just a comic book.
Yeah. Okay, so one of his first books was that, and it's actually I've read it. It's very good, but it is literally that. And the red shirts are self-aware of the fact that they always die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be like that, but it's like a recruitment poster. You want to be part of the team. He's missing a tooth.
So
hey, he's alive.
The only red shirt that didn't die was Scotty. Let's face it. So there you go.
So Justin, that got me thinking of the early Flash days when there was a thing called Stone Trek. It was like Flintstones meet the Star Trek.
I haven't seen that.
There we go.
No, oh no.
2000. Here we go.
It's made of wood. Shatrock.
This was made recently, right? This was made recently.
No, this was 2000.
25 years
right.
ago.
Yeah, right. Okay.
This is when Flash was new.
All right.
Oh, God, try to find that.
But yeah, there's like I remember that. Oh, that. Here, show you the.
Oh.
That's quite funny.
That Spock got bit by a bug, so his ears are huge.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was the early days of Flash. If you remember, I mean, nobody needs Flash anymore.
No,
so I thought you were talking about the superhero moment there.
Well, we've got AI now, so.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing I got to show.
Right.
Let's see. There was a. Let me see. I can only show a little bit of it because.
You might get the church later up.
Yes, I will get the. I will get the church lady for this one. There it is.
What you want to get? Someone to get an AI version of the church lady swearing.
Okay, here we go.
There's something
We'll play about a minute of this. But this is kind of how scary it is.
Since the St. Gandalf Euthanasia Clinic opened last week, there has been an almost endless number of people waiting to receive the sweet kiss of death. It's called euthanasia, and it's all the rage with the youth. One quick prick, and it's all over.
Yes, well, it's not particularly expensive, and as you can see, it's a very popular procedure. We've been working nonstop since we began offering it.
It's a very simple procedure. You just take this little injection, and after a minute or so,
I thought it'd be fun, like I'm always trying to try out new things. This seemed like
They killed the
Just seemed like
reporter.
something cool to do on a Sunday. Yeah, so I'm getting it today.
What was that?
They killed the reporter.
They killed the
That's,
reporter.
that's why I started laughing because she's going to give her the shot in the middle of the interview. Oh,
I will play the part I can't show when we go offline.
okay.
I saw
the-
once on
Amazing.
Our
Isn't
Brits
it?
That's
will
why
love
you
it.
sell memberships for the after the hours viewing.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could even do that with the membership thing.
Yeah, I saw
Say it ain't so.
something earlier on today. I can't remember what it was on. But they'd done an AI, and it started off with a reporter, and it was basically it just started off with saying it's 3 days after the death of Sauron, and basically it was literally the whole of Middle Earth celebrating that. You know, and it was obviously all AI, but I can't remember what it was on.
AI is amazing, but
Mm.
it's going to take away a few jobs. But I still think, in the end of the day, people want authenticity in their entertainment.
It'll all go away when the AI starts getting on social media and starts saying terrible things.
Hey, here, I gotta bring this up. I'm looking through their thing for other videos. They got some good comic covers on this.
What's that? Oh, oh yeah.
Autism, but
Yeah.
what is this? Is AI? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
AI.
great. I want these. These are great covers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's gonna make
I want
people
this.
lazy. Because I remember somebody was talking about it. They was talking about, you know, when you draw something like that, it's all about the journey of drawing, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But AI creates it.
That's a cracking pair of hoots there, Batman.
That comic's too
I'm
small.
shocked at how much AI slop is on.
No, that's a digest. That's one of the magazine, the
Ah,
digest ones.
digest, yeah.
There you go. Hi, buddy.
Fat donkey.
So
boy.
anyway, that's the name of the website.
My cat is
It's
starved
on
for attention.
Facebook.
I suspect that, for what Ian was saying, in a few years' time, I can kind of see a situation where something that's not AI generated is premium content. You know, it's a prestige thing. I've had actually this is real AI generated.
Recently, YouTube put out something, didn't they? They were saying that they were not going to encourage AI because there's loads of videos out AI now or something like that, and they were not going to. I can't remember what they said, but anyway, they're kind of slightly against it all because there's loads of AI stuff, like especially trailers. They're terrible what they do with the fake trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
My sister-
problem is that
Yeah,
Google is using YouTube to train their AI for their stuff.
Yep.
I think what they don't want is someone else's AI on their platform.
Mm.
So they'll
Yeah.
do their own AI slop, but they're going to ban the rest. So they can
My
make money.
sister emailed me, text me and said, "Have you seen the trailer for Back to the Future 4? It looks great."
Oh
It's
man,
like-
yeah.
And
I've
I
had
was
to
like,
deal with a
"This
few
is
relatives. Yeah, they see something, they're like, "This is coming out." I says, "No, it's not." "No, I saw a trailer." I says, "No, you didn't. You saw someone's idea of a trailer, not a
Yeah.
real one." Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
The
good.
sad thing is sometimes it's better than the real thing.
That is true. There was a some guy did an AI trailer for, because I'm into G.I. Joe. They did an AI trailer for a origin story for Sergeant Slaughter, and I was like, this looks amazing. I would watch this because they could never find an actor that would look like that on screen. And he's still alive, use his voice. But I was like, God, that kind of bums me out that I'm never going to see this outside the main universe origin film. But there's so much content now anyway. Like I have customers come in and they're like, "Have you seen this show?" And I'm like, "No." "Have you seen this show?" They're like, "No." And
Yeah.
it's hard to talk to people because we haven't seen the same stuff.
That's
Okay, so
true.
this I just found for Star Wars AI.
In a galaxy far, far away,
Oh, the 1960s stuff. Yeah, this
I've
guy's
seen
good.
this. Yeah. Seen this.
a timeless saga unfolds.
They look great.
Behold the epic struggle between the noble
I love the way they
Jedi
do
Knight,
women, though.
guardians of peace and justice.
And this stuff seems more
and the
like fair
sinister
use
Sith
because
Lords,
it's clearly
masters of the
an
dark
artistic
side.
take on the theme.
Yeah.
It's
not
kind of
like-
parody too, isn't it? Like
more
he
of a
parodies a
parody,
little bit.
But as is Disney going to win? Do you reckon they're going to win the court case? Disney and is it Universal? Disney and Universal.
I don't know.
What's the court case?
So basically, Disney and Universal are suing Midjourney because they're using their IPs
Oh,
and sharing it out to lots of people so they can make money. Like you ever see the what is it, the Stormtroopers one where they're videoing themselves and stuff like absolutely.
oh yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Like the old trooper, the young trooper, always interacting.
Yeah. But that image belongs to Disney. So
Well-
that's why they're saying. So you know,
The thing in the States that I have learned in my industry is there's a law loophole where if you're going to sue one person for something, you have to sue everybody for it, or you can't make your case because you can't single out one person who's using your property. Like all the artists that go to comic shows, there's like an under the table rule. Like, look, we'll allow you to go to shows and draw our pictures of our characters, you know, as long as it doesn't get to be mass produced. So
Well, as far as
yeah, they would have to sue, like if they wanted to sue one artist, they would have to sue every single
No,
artist in the industry that's ever
no,
drawn their
it's-
character and sold it.
Okay, so it's not that. Basically, what their argument is that Midjourney is using their property to anyone. They've given permission to anyone to use Midjourney and create stormtroopers, which belongs to Disney. It's their IP, right? Whether it be a new stormtrooper, an old stormtrooper, Yoda, you know, princesses from the Disney films and stuff like that.
But what are they
belongs
doing
to
with them?
Disney. No, but that's the thing. You see, the idea is if they're going to make a fan film, they can't make any money out of it. But it's clear that those ones with the stormtroopers, they're making money out of it. Look how
Oh,
many
yeah.
people are watching. So
Yeah,
that's what
because they're getting
their
views.
argument's
They're
about.
getting views on their channel.
Yeah,
So they're
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we did
Well,
that.
they are.
Our fan film was the same way. We had actual lightsabers in our fan film. So when they did the thing back in 2000, whatever it was, where Lucas was entertaining a competition for best fan film, you couldn't use IPs. It had to be some kind of documentary. So they didn't get to take our film in because it had lightsabers and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
can't hear you, Father,
fanboys
can't
came
hear
and stole our movie, but whatever.
Well, so what Games Workshop does for 40K and Warhammer is they'll send out cease and desist letters to everybody, but the people that have money they'll sue.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's different levels of
Well, that's
response
nice.
depending on who's
But I
doing
think they've got a case, though. I think Disney and Universal got a case because it is their intellectual property that Midjourney's given permission to everyone to use. Do you know what I mean? So it is, they have got
I
a
would
case. They've got a
agree.
strong case. Yeah,
Yeah.
very strong case.
Yeah,
I
for
think
distributing.
these IP cases are going to be very important going forward.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's going to be all slop, and there won't be
Yeah.
anything new because there won't be any point in it. It'll just be
Yeah.
dead internet and no.
Just have to give the creatives a chance and get the suits out of the way. I've said that all the time. That's
That's
all
why
it is.
I back a lot of Kickstarters and I'll do Patreons and I'll try to get new artists a chance to get their product on the going. But yeah, there's a lot of competition or
There is,
threat. I think threat is a better word.
You know, I just
Well,
don't
we got-
understand why it's not easier for them to get their stuff out there. I mean, making movies today, you can almost do it on your iPhone. You know, the whole process. Why is it so hard to get a movie out there and get it seen?
Because there's gatekeepers, there's distributors, there's aggregators, there's Netflix. You can't just ring up Netflix and say I've got a film. There's all these gatekeepers that won't let you even touch them, won't even give you the number. You have to be in the fold to get their numbers and to get funding and all that stuff. So there
Well,
are
that
gatekeepers,
sucks.
unfortunately. Yeah, of course, it's always been that way.
I think the silly thing is that they thanks, Father, is that they're doing it the wrong way around. They should be embracing it. I mean, Games Workshop is a prime example. I mean, Games Workshop are so litigious. There's a Norwegian YouTuber called Arch. It used to be called Arch Warhammer. Right? A Warhammer is a weapon. You cannot in any way actually
Trademark?
trademark, thank you, the word Warhammer. I know people that use them every weekend. I know people that are going to be using them this weekend down at Tewkesbury where there's a battle reenactment. I mean, it's a real thing. But because Arch Warhammer did a lot of things and he was quite critical of some of the things that Games Workshop, they made him drop the Warhammer from his name. They've done a lot of things apparently when they went into with a lot of the digital stuff. What they should have done, what Disney should have done, is said, okay, well, not necessarily with art, obviously with digital. Okay, well, you're doing good stuff. We will
That's
will
wrong.
license it or something like that. You know,
No.
no. What I mean is come to some agreement so that these people's talents can be
Look,
put
for
to good use.
instance, right? If Justin created a character, right, and he was very passionate about and stuff like that, and I decided to use a character and make money of it, he's going to be peed. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. No, I agree. I don't think, I'm not saying they should, I'm saying what the creators should do, they should be in a position where they should say, okay, Well, it's out. The stuff's out there. YouTube's out there. The internet's out there. These people are doing. Cause, I mean, there was a thing recently. I know you're not a Big Finish fan, but Big Finish made someone take down a video, a CGI video. But I think it may have actually been
Big Finish is evil.
No. I know. But what they've done is there's some guy.
I know, I know the video you're talking about, and also right, they're using their IPs, and they're not allowed to. So yes, they had every right to take it down.
No. I'm not saying they didn't. What I'm saying is, what they should do is, okay, fine. Yeah, well, you've got the IP for that. Why
and they
not?
were using their sound as well. Remember, they were using the sound from. They had every right to take him down.
Oh, no, I'm not saying they did.
Even though the video was good.
Yes, exactly. He said, "Well, look, this is really good. We could use this." I'll tell you what.
No. They shouldn't be doing it in the first place, mate. It's breaking the law.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is people are going to pull up this. Say, okay, run it by. I'm just thinking maybe there should be somewhere they can make some sort of accommodation. So that all these people's skills can actually be used. But,
but they should create something original rather than to steal from other people's IPs.
As long as you're not making money, you're pretty much okay to do what you want to do. But as soon as you start making money off of someone else's intellectual property, that's what it becomes a problem. And the law has to protect that.
If you, I mean, the thing is that they were using the sound from one of the Big Finish's shows and putting it on their thing, which is kind of a bit cheeky, really. Let's face it.
Well, look at the '80s when they took Star Wars sounds and put them in every movie. Every movie had something like a TIE fighter. You know, cartoon movies had sound effects from ILM and stuff. But I think that was all because they were doing the work. But
yeah. So I don't know. I know what you're saying, but the thing is, though, again, right? I always have problems with fan films. I do like the majority of fan films, but I keep saying to myself, the amount of effort they make in the fan film, why don't they just create something of their own? And use that effort to create something of their own.
We had no money and a lot of ideas. And honestly, I just got done talking to Steve Phelan, who was our director, and he helped processed all the film. He was a friend of ours. It was just the five of us doing this film. And I said, it's 25 years next year because it came out in 2001. I said, you want to do a screening? And he was like, well, this guy's it was a down part of his life. We made the movie, and then two of the actors were married. Now they're not. It's like, I was like, well, it could just be you and me, buddy. He's like, oh, no. I said, I was a producer.
But on that happy note.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we got to start wrapping up.
Right. But it's just like you see that interview with Richard Dreyfuss. It's the 50 years of Jaws, and they were having a screening at Martha's Vineyard, which is where they shot it. And he's the only one there representing them because the other two are gone, aren't they? So he's sitting there,
50 years is a long time.
Exactly.
You mean
50 years.
You mean the anniversary that you've been on four consecutive Wednesday broom streams about? No, I hadn't noticed it at all.
Yeah.
On that note.
Well, I think we can all agree that Superman was great. You should all go see it. So thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was worth the money at the very least. Entertained.
My last word on Superman is yes, it was entertaining, but me as a fan, I just thought it was abysmal what they did to the character. That's all.
I understand what you're saying too. Yeah, I get all that. Yeah.
It could have been better.
Yeah,
but it was okay.
Something doesn't necessarily have to be a great film to be entertaining. I think is one that
That is true. That is true too.
On that note, we got to wrap up. Anything to plug?
Yeah, please come over to my channel, like and subscribe all of my videos. I'm trying to build something there. I'm finally starting to contribute. We're going to be doing a video soon on Marvel is going to destroy the X-Men again, start it all over. They're going to have 16 freaking titles because they want all your money, and the only way they can figure out how to do it is to saturate the market with a bunch of crap. They've got titles announced that don't have creative teams yet, but we're going to talk about it.
Oh, dear.
Well, all I can say is that I got
Comic Sense Edge QC.
Gold. I got to push Rebecca Gold because it is coming out in September. It's probably going to be bigger than Superman.
Is that all the Facebook pictures I keep seeing? Is you working on that?
Yeah. So I'm trying to build up, some momentum on it. So it'll probably be out at the end of September, and you'll be able to tear it apart. All of you.
Where will we be able to see it?
I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know. Yeah. So there you go.
I'll review it for you.
Archer.
This movie was pretty good.
Nothing at the moment. Nothing the next couple of weeks. PJ is might be joining PJ for Let's Talk Geeking, but that's not for another couple of weeks yet. So
Is
That's it.
Gary's going to be in England, isn't he?
Egypt.
I don't know.
Wasn't it Egypt?
No. So he's
don't know.
he's going to have a meeting over here, isn't he? I think it's
Oh,
Oxford.
yeah.
He's going to be in, a
wow.
UK meeting. So yeah, I'll probably turn up for that one. So
Very nice.
I don't know about you, Archer.
My Brother's podcast, we're going to be having our 3rd year anniversary on the Horus Heresy coming up in a few weeks. So
Nice.
Oh, Lord.
that's the Legion Cast 18
So
podcast.
We have to get your brother to join us.
He always works till about 3 o'clock, so I'm not sure if that'll help.
So
But
Okay.
3 years, so you're about 25% of the way through the books then if you had 3
Yeah.
years. before.
yeah. It's
One of the reasons I've never started them. It's
No,
so
no.
overwhelming.
So,
I think there's a short list you can find, and the good ones are worth it. So
I've been told that by many people.
just start with the first 3. If you like them, you'll like them, and they're on Kindle. I just get on Kindle. If you try to get
Well,
them on
on
eBay, that's
that
way
note-
much money.
On that
I will
note,
not be. I might be able to stream next Friday. I don't know. I'm going to be in Philadelphia, so we'll see. I'm on vacation for the next 2 Fridays, so we'll see how it
Awesome.
goes. So until then, and don't leave, guys. I'm going to show you that part afterwards after we're off the air.
Haha.
So we'll
Okay.
do it again soon, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.
ta-da.
have a good weekend.